I'm Dustin Harder, and this is Keep On Cooking.
Hello and welcome to Keep On Cooking, the only podcast dedicated to plant-based cookbooks. I'm your host, Dustin Harder, and I'm not saying I'm a hot mess, but I do come with a caution label and a mop. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Insert gigantic studio laughter here. Alas, just me today, folks, and I'm covering a book that I suppose you could technically say is my fifth book. That is, I have recipes in it, along with two other authors. The book is Plant Based Simple 150 Delicious Whole Food Nutrient Dense Recipes for Healthy Living. And my recipes and photos are featured heavily, along with recipes and photos from Jackie Sobon of Vegan Yak Attack. She was a previous guest on Keep On Cooking, of course. I love Jackie. You can check out her episode. It's episode 16 of Keep On Cooking. And also, it's got this book we're talking about today has recipes from Allyson Kramer. Now, I couldn't find up-to-date information on Allyson Kramer, but she's released a handful of cookbooks that came out between like 2013, 2016. So what we have in common is that we all released books with the publisher Fairwinds Press. And in our contracts, Fairwinds is allowed to take our recipes and reuse them if they wish, which I don't think I was aware of, honestly, until they emailed me to tell me this book was happening, and also to tell me in no uncertain terms that my input is neither desired nor required. And I was like, great. They were like, kind of like, we just want to give you a heads up. And I was like, okay, cool. But I decided to cover the book today because I got it in the mail and I actually do. They did send me a copy. How nice was that? But it is a great book. So we're going to talk about it. But first, what's coming up? A book on the horizon, the Build Your Bowl Salad Cookbook. I don't know why that was troublesome coming out of my mouth, but it's the Build Your Bowl Salad Cookbook by Nina Cherry, maybe Franklin. It's coming July 29th of this year, so you can pre-order it right now. Embrace the joy of salad making and learn how to build balanced, nutrient-dense bowls to support your lifelong wellness goals. In today's fast-paced world, making confident, healthy food choices can be challenging. You got that right, Nina. And this says, with conflicting advice and diet trends flooding the wellness industry, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. The Build Your Bowl Salad Cookbook bridges the gap between short-term diets and long-term wellness, offering a sustainable path to health through the art of salad making. Authored by Nina Cherry Franklin, PhD, affectionately known as the Salad Lady, this cookbook empowers you to create delicious, nutritious salads that are both easy to prepare and delightful to eat. And no reason not to know something? But before we get into No Reason Not to Know Something, again, that book by the Salad Lady, Nina Cherry Franklin, the Build Your Bowl Salad Cookbook, comes out July 29th, so you can pre-order that everywhere books are sold right now. Now, No Reason Not to Know Something. Today's book we're talking about is titled Plant-Based Simple. So I asked Google, when did we start using plant-based instead of the word vegan? Like, I have my own memories of that happening in the last decade, but when did it all sort of come about and sort of take the mainstream as opposed to vegan being the mainstream? And the term plant-based was popularized in the 1980s by Dr. T. Colin Campbell to describe a diet focused on whole, unprocessed plant foods without the ethical or political connotations of vegan. It gained mainstream traction in 2010s as a more approachable, health-focused term for those reducing animal products. Today, plant-based is widely used in marketing and wellness, while vegan remains more associated with lifestyle and animal rights advocacy. So there you have it. Now listen, that is a question. So like I'd be in meetings at PCRM and we were talking about, we'd have meetings coming up with whatever other organizations or hospitals or something. That was always a topic of conversation, like, are we saying vegan or plant-based? What's resonating more with people? And even when I would go into those meetings in hospitals and I would talk to the chefs and everyone on the culinary team involved with like offering the food to people, we were always talking about labeling and like, can we call it vegan? Can we say plant-based? Do we not say any of it? And then if someone says they want a vegan option, we say, oh, actually this one's vegan. So it's a whole thing. This whole labeling thing is a whole thing. But I was curious when plant-based even started. I thought it was actually something that came about in the last, like, I don't know, 8 years to sort of like make non-vegans more comfortable with eating plant-based, which I think it says after 2010s that was kind of what it became, a more approachable, health-focused term for those reducing animal products. But I was surprised to see that it was the 1980s Dr. T. Colin Campbell, plant-based. He put it out in the world then, so it's been around for quite some time. Listen, I'm unapologetically vegan. It is a lifestyle for me, and I am here for it, and I'm all about the animals. I'm probably animals first, and you know, we're all in it for different reasons. And why ever you're here today, why ever? Is that a word? That's not a word, right? For whatever reason you're joining me today, you're probably here to learn about plant-based food and recipes available to you. And that's what I got for you, babe, or vegan food, whoever you are. But today's book is called Plant-Based Simple. So I decided to cover the book because first I was like, oh, so my recipes are just being put into another book. So anything I'm going to talk about here today, I believe they only took my recipes. I could be wrong. We're going to find out more as we peel through this. I believe they only took my recipes from Epic Vegan Quick and Easy, a portion of them, right? But they may have taken, because that was my publisher for two books, Epic Vegan and Epic Vegan Quick and Easy. So we'll see if they used more than that. What's interesting is they don't tell you whose recipes are whose in here, yet they took one of my favorite salads from Epic Vegan Quick and Easy, and it's the first time, and I think the only time so far I've named a recipe after myself, but it's called Dustin's Favorite Summer Salad. And in this book, it's still called Dustin's Favorite Salad. And I was like, or Dustin's Favorite Summer Salad. I'm like, well, do they know who I am at this point? Like, just kind of randomly plopped in the book, it feels like. But let's talk about it. Plant-based simple, 150 delicious whole food, nutrient-dense recipes for healthy living. Here's the description for the book. Easily transition to a plant-based diet or simply incorporate more plant-based meals into your routine with this collection of affordable, satisfying recipes. Plant-based simple is your ultimate guide to improved health, clean eating, and a sustainable approach to food. Packed with delicious, easy to make recipes, this cookbook empowers you to start your meat free journey with confidence and excitement, whether you're tackling a busy weeknight or hosting a weekend feast. Plant based simple has you covered. From hearty breakfast to delectable vegetarian burgers, these recipes are quick, satisfying, and designed to please even the pickiest eaters. Embracing a diet rich in greens, beans, fruits, and grains, this inspiring cookbook makes it simple to enjoy meat free cooking. Whether you're a newbie or a seasoned vegetarian, it's interesting they're using the word vegetarian. Everything in here is vegan, to my knowledge. We're going to find out. Plant-based simple gives you tasty, easy to make vegetable-based recipes that promote a healthy lifestyle for you and the planet. Now, while I'm not credited as an author on the cover or online, when you open the front page, it does say recipes by Jackie Sobon, Dustin Harder, and Allyson Kramer. So we are credited on that one little page there. So they do give us the credit. And, truth be told, I like the book. So once I got the final copy, I was pleased, and it's an honor to be in a book with Jackie and Allyson. So let's talk about it, I thought, okay? One of the reasons I love it is that it doesn't waste space with pages and pages talking about kitchen essentials, ingredients, or someone's journey to a plant-based lifestyle in the front pages. Don't get me wrong, those are valuable. But as you've noticed, I always love to get right to the recipes in these books. And this book does just that with a half-page introduction written by the editors that basically says, eating vegan food can be cost-effective and healthier than takeout. So that's great. Introduction done. And we're moving into chapter 1, which is breakfast, my darling. So we've got lots of good stuff in here. Right off the bat, I'm the first recipe in the book. All in one breakfast sheet pan bowls. That's potatoes. That's tofu. What else did I put in here? We've got we've got hash browns in here and tofu. So we're making a scramble. You got a lot of veggies in there. You've got some spinach in there. Lots of good stuff in there. Basically, you're making everything on a sheet pan for a tofu potato breakfast bowl, essentially, and it's delicious. Skillet bagel breakfast sandwiches for 2. Also, my recipe, it's exactly what it sounds like. Maple balsamic Brussels sprouts and sweet potato hash. Mine, baked French toast sticks, also from Epic Vegan Quick and Easy. I love this recipe. This is a version of those frozen French toast sticks that you would get when you were a kid. They may still have them, but made from scratch. So made with whole foods, and they're really easy to make. You're just dipping them in some milk and flax mixture. And then you're baking them off instead of frying them as well. So it's super yummy. A little bit of syrup on those. Yum, yum, yum. Sweet and savory scones. That's me. Presto pesto avocado toast. Me and me. But what's interesting is I think that recipe used to be a separate, they put it in there. Okay, good. So it's pesto and then it's the toast recipe. I was going to say the pesto used to be a recipe on its own. Okay, now we got some cheap and easy jalapeno grits. Oh, chai waffle stick dippers. Let me check those out. Now we're getting into some that are not mine, so I'm getting excited. Okay, chai waffle stick dippers. Waffles are quintessential brunch food that many people love. I always saw waffles as a special weekend meal that I enjoyed far too little. Agreed. If this is Jackie or Allison, don't know who. Now you can take the awesomeness of waffles and turn them into a fun finger food filled with chai spices and dipped into maple butter. Wins all around with some maple butter. I'm going to say that's Jackie. I think they might have put us in the order that were listed in the front page of the book. Apple pie smoothie bowls, yes, please. Peanut butter pretzel oatmeal, baked berry oatmeal, matcha oatmeal, sesame apricot granola. Listen, I love some granola and oatmeal options because I always feel like I go to do it and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. Like I feel like I have no creativity when it comes to oatmeal. And then I always open something like this and I'm so amazed at like the possibilities really with oatmeal. It's endless ultimately. It's a canvas. Oatmeal's a canvas and books like this really help that along. Or we have sesame apricot granola. I already said that, but we're saying again, how good does that sound? Nectarine quinoa porridge, melon madness bowls, Neapolitan smoothie bowls, overnight chai chia pudding, chorizo sheet pan hash. Let's get into that a little bit. Let's check it out. So this says, can I admit something here? Sometimes I am just plain bad at making hash. Clearly, I have an issue with patience because I can never wait long enough for the potatoes to brown before moving them around. With this sheet pan hash, I don't have to worry about it. Plus, it makes way more than you could fit in a single skillet. That's a win-win if you ask me. Blueberry smoothie jars, minty peach yogurt bowls. I think we've said it on the podcast a lot recently, but I love me a pop of mint with anything fruity. Yes, please. Chocolate raspberry smoothie jars, avocado lime pudding parfaits, buckwheat breakfast bowls, hash brown crusted frittata, and instant rice pudding. I think you might agree that we need to go check out this hash brown crusted frittata. It says, well, I do love a good omelet. Sometimes I get a little anxious about the flipping. Girl, same. Frittatas are great because all you have to do is cook your favorite fillings in a pan, add your base, and leave it to the oven to take care of the rest. This breakfast frittata is rich in protein, easy to make, and delicious atop a bed of mixed greens. Now, what I'm trying to figure out, yeah, so it's we're using frozen shredded potatoes as the base of the frittata. So that's gonna be like you're gonna have a crust for the frittata. That's almost like a hash brown egg pizza. I'm here for that. That sounds absolutely delicious. And that's going to take us into my sweet friends, my dear listeners who are hanging out with me today. Appetizers on page 43. And that's just a picture of my charcuterie board. It's like, same with the breakfast chapter. The opening photo is a picture of my scones. I would feel like something was stolen from me, but it was in a contract. I said yes to it. You say, I'm in my no era. So I don't know if I would have said yes to all this. I'm currently potentially in the talks for my next book endeavor, and it's not a book. It's actually something. It's with a publisher, but it's not a book. And hopefully one day I get to tell you all about it. We'll see. But I'm not going to jinx it and say exactly what it is. But I keep thinking about when that contract comes through because I haven't had one in a few years, and I'm like, oh, I might be a little different this time around when it comes to negotiating that stuff, especially seeing now this book come out with my recipes in it. But we'll get there. We'll see. Okay. Appetizers, chapter 2. First thing is game. So it does look like they went me, then Jackie, then Allison, I think. So list of my recipes first. Game day pub cheese, layers of Greek dip, cheesy burger tater tots. That's one of the most popular recipes from Epic Vegan Quick and Easy. So what it is it's tater tots with all the cheeseburger fixins, and then you make like a Big Mac sauce, and when they're done baking, you like drizzle that over the top. It is outstanding. Nashville hot tots, quick queso with chili lime chips, loaded sheet pan nachos, yes please. Simple Southwest quesadilla with pineapple dream sauce. Now that was actually a dream child from when I used to wait tables at Bennigan's way back in the day. They had a Southwest quesadilla and they served it with this pineapple sauce. It's not a salsa though, it's like a creamy sauce. So I recreated it for this book. It's so delicious. The next one I actually had last night. We had a friend over for dinner and we're doing a dinner party in a couple weeks. that we just got hired for, and we're doing this miso garlic cheese bread. It is so good. It's butter, miso, spread it on the bread, a little bit of mozz on top, some herbs and spices on top, bake that off, bubbly, cheesy goodness, good to go. And then we're getting into some of Jackie's, I think. White bean beer fondue. Yes, please. Spicy sesame Brussels bites, roasted chipotle salsa, Mediterranean layer dip, tikka cauliflower chunks, curried spice sweet potato chips, roasted broccolini almondine, and grilled mango with raspberry coulis. Can we just take a moment to appreciate that? I love me some mango. It's one of my favorite things. And it looks so good in this. It almost looks like barbecue mango. It looks so tasty. It says, need a healthy snack that is packed with great flavors from grilled mangoes, sweet raspberries, and tart orange juice? I've got the perfect dish for you. Yes, you do. That looks great. What is the other one I saw in here? So interesting. They've got a layers of Greek dip for me. But then there's a Mediterranean dip in here from someone else, one of the other authors. Let's see if it's similar. So this looks like it's a little different. This one's topped with, kind of different. We got hummus in it. I think there's pesto in this one. There's not pesto in mine. So, that really takes it over the top. And then there's a olive tapenade as well. I'm making this one. I'm not mad at mine, but I'm making this one. It looks so good. Mine looks a little easier to make, though. I'm not going to lie. So, vegan yogurt, hummus. We got olives in there, but not a tapenade. And then a lot of veggies. Mine is more in the style of like a 7-layer bean dip, it looks like. And the other one is more like 3 layers of dips, like a hummus, a pesto, and the olive tapenade. So I support whatever journey you want to go on, to be honest. They both look delicious. This takes us into baked corn pudding. Hello, baked corn pudding. David loves corn. I should really get invested in making more corn recipes. So this says, the easiest way to serve this classic dish, which is unlike sweet pudding and closer to a very sweet, very wet cornbread, is by scooping it with a scoop, hence the name corn pudding. I couldn't resist including this recipe because it has always been one of my favorite side dishes since I was a youngster. I think I'm gonna have to make that one day. Compassionate calamari, stuffed cherry tomatoes, pizza crackers, blueberry avocado salsa, and spinach artichoke dip. I'm very interested about the stuffed cherry tomatoes. That seems like a lot of work that I don't want to go through. It says this is an irresistible finger food that's to be eaten hot from the oven. Well, not too hot because you'll burn your mouth. Let them cool for a few minutes before offering them up. So slice the tops off the cherry tomatoes. Use a small spoon. Scoop out the seeds of each cherry tomato. Discard the seed filling. Fill each tomato with the walnut paste and replace to the tomato cap. It's too much work. I'm sorry. I'm not making stuffed cherry tomatoes for anyone anytime soon. That's too much work. You got to make the filling. You got to slice off the top of each cherry tomato, and then you've got to scoop out the insides of a cherry tomato and then fill the cherry tomato. I'm not getting into that jam. I'm so sorry. But the next one is pizza crackers. Maybe I'm feeling that one. Would you make stuffed cherry tomatoes? Tell me. Get into my DMs at Keep On Cooking with Dustin Harder and tell me if you're going to make stuffed cherry tomatoes. I'm not going to do it. Pizza crackers. Okay, these are just some delicious crackers with all the tomato, olive oil, sea salt. Says pizza seasoning. I'm going to say that's Italian seasoning unless I'm off my rocker for some reason, but yum, yum, yum. So it says I created these crackers to satisfy my late night munchies, and every time I finish off a big batch, their addictive pizza flavor just leaves me craving more. Yeah, and they look really cute. I love homemade crackers. Those are a fun one. Okay. And then I'm curious for the spinach artichoke dip, what we're using as a base here. So we got Reasons cashews. We're going with cashews and mayonnaise. So I will tell you right here, this is going to be a delicious spinach artichoke dip. It just is. It just is. Cashew cream. You know what's interesting and a little annoying to me? I'm not going to lie. This says cashew cream. And that's fine, but they're not giving a recipe for cashew cream in the book. I don't know about y'all, but I have not seen a recipe for or a product I can buy that is cashew cream. So that's a little disappointing that that's been overlooked here. Of course, I'm coming at this with an eagle eye to say things like that. So my apologies. Of course, you can get a cashew cream recipe from Epic Vegan Quick and Easy if you would like. If you have my book, you can make that one, and I'm sure you can use it in this. This is not my recipe. But it looks delicious. And I mean, and of course you can Google cashew cream. You're going to come up with a recipe there. I can't advocate for Google enough, y'all. Oh, many times I have to tell you, people will comment things online like, is there a recipe for this? Is there? And I'm like, just Google. It's literally Google, like just Google. Use it. It's going to help you out. I promise. Okay, this takes us into soups and sandwiches with, again, one of my photos as the chapter beginner here. Very fast veggie lentil soup. I've made this soup. This is a soup that I had in rotation when I was the culinary director at Arden's Garden. This is a soup I adjusted and put into the Universal Meals collection of recipes at PCRM. This is a soup I put into the Power Foods book. I made a new version and put into the Power Foods diet cookbook that I did with Dr. Barnard. So I have really, this soup has really had a good run, and now it's in this book as well. I do love it. It's a bunch of vegetables, lentils, comes together so quickly. The next one they put in here was a really popular one of mine. It's called creamy chickpea pot pie soup. But what I'm curious, okay. So what I was curious about was, this has been a very popular soup. I love it so much. It's chickpeas, it's vegetables, it is a cashew cream sauce that comes together in this, but I actually give the instructions for it in the recipe. I don't just call for cashew cream sauce. And if you don't want to do nuts, you could do a cornstarch to thicken it instead, but you get a really nice, luscious, creamy soup. And we used poultry seasoning in it to sort of get that chickpea, to get that pot pie flavor, really. But what's funny to me is in the editing for Epic Vegan Quick and Easy, when I got the final copies and they were out in the world, I noticed a typo. And it is that it says yields 24 servings in Epic Vegan Quick and Easy. And I'm like, that's a pot of soup, mama. There's no way it's 24 servings. And I've been so upset about it because it's a popular recipe. No one's actually, or it doesn't even say 24 servings. It says 24 pieces. And I think I'm like extra spicy about it because I'm like, I know I didn't put that there. So how has this gone through like 3 rounds of copy editing and we're still sitting here and that says 24 pieces? And I've edited it like twice as well. I've gone through final rounds. Someone had to accidentally put 24 pieces there before it went out to publish, and that really upset me. Anyway, now it says 6 servings. Glad they caught it in this one. But it's creamy chickpea pot pie soup, one of my favorites. I love it. Simple. I made it this last year, and I put dumplings in it for some friends. It was so good. Simple seitan tikka masala. This is another one I've made so many variations of. Again, for Universal Meal, like so many things. It really is a winner every time. Roasted cauliflower tomato soup, smoky corn chowder bread bowl. Give me that, please. White bean garlic bisque, mushroom wild rice slow cooker stew, mean green ramen, sick day veggie noodle soup, sweet potato eggplant curry, pumpkin chickpea chili. Ooh, that sounds nice. Pumpkin chickpea chili. Let's see here. And it says, I came up with this dish years ago during my yearly autumn obsession with pumpkins. It has become a simple dinner recipe that I enjoy serving just about any time of the year, although we particularly enjoy it in brisk autumn nights. The next one is coconut asparagus soup, minted green pea bisque. We all know I'm loving the mint, so I'm probably into that. Fajita soup. What's going in a fajita soup, babes? It says, my favorite part of this soup is the smokiness of the broth in contrast to the bright and colorful flavors. Topping with sliced avocados right before serving adds a little creaminess to this brothy vegetable soup. We got great things in here. We got red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, orange bell pepper, zucchini, onion, mushrooms. We have black beans, even diced tomatoes, and then we've got some spices and veggie broth. So that really is a lot of great nutrient dense items in there to help you fuel your day. Smoky sweet potato soup, grilled gazpacho verde, Hawaiian tofu and pineapple sando. Okay, that's me. So we get back to me. Oh, this is actually a great sandwich. It is tofu baked in barbecue sauce and then topped with a slaw and pineapple. And I'm actually doing a new variation of this for a new endeavor I have coming up here in Chicago. It's going to be called the tropical tofu and what is it? Tropical barbecue tofu sandwich. There we go. With sesame, ginger slaw, and caramelized pineapple. And I really can't wait for people to try it. I'm very excited. Mushroom carnitas and Brussels burritos with sweet red onion. Breezy cauliflower and chorizo brunch tacos. Love these tacos because even the burrito as well, everything is made on a sheet pan. So then you just take it out, put it in your taco shell or your burrito tortilla, and you've got yourself a nice meal or lunch or dinner or whatever. Curry tofu wraps, peanutty tempeh banh mi, fajita pita pockets, and Cajun chickpea salad wraps. And that wraps up soups and sandwiches, which takes us into a salads chapter. So when we're looking at salads here, we're starting things out with the Italian cheesy herb tofu and kale bowl. So one of my recipe testers, like my main OG recipe tester, LJ, shout out to LJ. Hi, darling. I love you. They said they've made this one a whole bunch, even after testing it. The Italian cheesy herb tofu and kale bowl. Beautiful, delicious, abundant salad, but then it's got this tofu that's been baked with like nutritional yeast and Italian seasoning. It's so good. I think I'm actually making it for clients next week because I was looking through this book for this and I was like, oh, let me make that next week. Good Goddess choppy salad, Dustin's favorite summer salad. There it is. Warm rotini and spinach pesto pasta salad, overstuffed avocado bowls, fiesta quinoa bowl with sweet lime vinaigrette. That's me. Herb tofu tomato salad, roasted pumpkin quinoa salad, asparagus ribbon salad, summery stone fruit salad, mighty mango pineapple salad. Yes, please. Grilled romaine chopped salad. See, this is what I do like about a compilation book, honestly. You're getting like different viewpoints from 3 different authors. You're getting recipe styles from 3 different authors. I just really enjoy it. So I do think this book is a good buy. You're getting a wide variety of things in this. Autumn salad with citrus vinaigrette, corn salad with basil pesto aioli. Ooh, that sounds good. Tex-Mex potato salad. Let's see what's in that. I'm all about a little Tex-Mex potato salad. So we got potatoes, red onions, celery, black beans, sweet corn kernels, red pepper, and then you got mayonnaise, apple cider vinegar, salt, and cayenne pepper. That sounds really good. Tex-Mex potato salad, and so easy. Deli style chickpea salad, quinoa tabbouleh, creamy potato salad, spicy edamame coleslaw, late summer salad with creamy dill dressing, eggplant and cucumber salad, orange artichoke, arugula, and fennel salad. Drenched pad thai salad, and we all know we want that. We all know we want that. Unless you have a nut allergy, then you might not want it. But beyond that, we all want that. It says, even though this salad has zucchini noodles, I find it hearty enough to serve as a meal because it contains grilled pineapple and tofu. Tofu. You all know what I was saying. Asparagus orzo salad and tropical cucumber chili salad. Ooh, tropical cucumber chili salad. How good does that sound? It says, in Southern California, you'd be hard-pressed to miss the fruit carts on so many street corners on a hot summer day. They're heaven sent, and topping their fruit cups with tahini, a Mexican spice mix, makes them even better. This salad was inspired by those flavors. Get into it. All right, main dishes is next. The first chapter of which, one of my photos, is not used as an opener. Not that it matters, not that it's a competition. I'm not competing. Shush. Everyone shush. Be nice. Oh, but one of my recipes is first. So, okay, we're starting with stovetop mushroom tetrazzini. Again, love this recipe. It is a one-pot wonder. Everything goes in the pot, including the pasta. Cook it up. You're done in 20 minutes. So good. Mediterranean spaghetti squash. Instant pot spaghetti squash with pistachio sage sauce. Oh my goodness, y'all. Oh no. I was like, I have been ousted from this chapter. I was like, I thought I only had one recipe, but they switched it up here. It's not all my recipes first. Okay. Instant pot spaghetti squash with pistachio sage sauce. Yum. Baked not so stir fry in a flask. Cashew crusted tofu stir fry. Sesame miso stir fry. Toasty pear walnut and arugula flatbread. We bring me back into the picture, and I love this flatbread. So in quick and easy, Epic being quick and easy, I relied on some convenience items. One of them is just getting a pizza crust from the store to make this very delicious, yummy flatbread that was inspired actually by a flatbread from a place called Eatery in New York, where I waited tables once upon an acting time when I was an actor, off on another acting adventure. I waited tables there for a couple of years, and they had this flatbread that was so yummy. Hummus as the base with like arugula and just different things. And then it was drizzled with a balsamic glaze. So that's what this is modeled after. Bow tie Alfredo and broccoli and sun-dried tomatoes. Again, this is another one-pot wonder for you that I did. It's got bow tie pasta, Alfredo sauce, and you make the broccoli and the sun-dried tomatoes. You cook them with the pasta during the last couple minutes of cooking. Then you drain it all. You add the sauce. So good. Coco Loco pad thai. Now, this was my redemption pad thai. So if you have my first book, The Simply Vegan Cookbook, there's a pad thai in there. As time passed, I started feeling not awesome about that pad thai. So when I got to my third book, I was like, I'm going to make another pad thai that's going to be the most decadent, delicious, tangy, sweet, savory pad thai you've ever had. And I do love this Coco Loco pad thai, but I will say, I have gone back to my pad thai and Simply Vegan, and I don't know what was wrong with me because, like, it actually was pretty decent. So I like both of them. I don't think I needed to do a redemption pad thai all said and done, but I'm glad I did. Then we have fuss-free French bread pizzas from me, punk cheddar mac bake from me. Not my favorite of my mac and cheeses, everybody. It is good, but it is a quick and easy variation made with canned pumpkin, okay? So there are other versions I've made in all my books. And like, really? It's your call. Decide which road you want to go. If you want it to be super simple, it's still very delicious because I'm not going to put something in a book that's not yummy. I'm just saying there's different variations, different levels, if you will. Creamy shiitake cauliflower rice risotto, apricot risotto, spicy sushi bowl, beanie burger bowl, jackfruit chili verde, upside down shepherd's pie, fish taco bowl, asparagus and mushroom tacos with cilantro mayonnaise, jackfruit tacos and black beans, sunny garden saute with polenta. That sounds yummy. Kimchi bowl with red curry almond sauce, cold sesame noodles, slow simmered tofu with peanut sauce. Ooh, yes, please. Stroganoff, just labeled stroganoff, black bean potato and cheese enchiladas, lemon rosemary chickpea pasta casserole, mushroom onion burgers, and almond butter tofu stew. Let's check out that casserole, shall we? I am here for that. It says lemon rosemary chickpea pasta casserole. I almost never make pasta casseroles with the exception of mac and cheese, but this recipe has me asking myself, why the heck not? Easy to prepare, lemony, herby, and downright comforting, this chickpea and pasta casserole delivers on all fronts. I gotta tell you, I'm all for a pasta casserole, and this looks absolutely delicious. And I do love that combination of lemon and rosemary, plus the she's using bow tie pasta here, and then we got the chickpeas in there for a little hearty goodness. So, like, we're really getting in the goods here in this lemon rosemary chickpea pasta casserole, and I just might have to try it. Mushroom onion burgers is the last one in the chapter, I think. And would you all agree with me that this should be in sandwiches, though? Anyways, here we are at the main dishes. It's here. It looks delicious. It's also the burger from the cover. So this burger's getting some traction, babe. You're making a burger from scratch with walnuts and quick cooking oats and some great spices in there, kidney beans, mushrooms, and then you're topping this burger off with some vegan provolone or smoked Gouda. It's optional, it says. And you got some arugula on here as well. But I love me a mushroom burger, so I'm here for it. There was a place in my hometown, Saginaw, Michigan, called Hot and Ready. And you would drive through and it was hot and ready. You got it really quick. It was fast food, but they had a mushroom burger that I loved and also an olive burger. It was like olives with like a mayonnaise on it. It was so yummy. I loved it. Anyway, moving on to our final chapter, darlings. Here we are. We've come to a close with chapter 6, which is desserts. And this is a cinnamon sugar nice crispy treats. Those are from me. Gooey snickerdoodle oat brownies. Now listen, these are called gooey for a reason. It says in the description of them, you have to let them set for them to like set and completely cool for them to set. If you don't, it's actually going to be the gooeyest mess. But if you let them set, they're just like nice and chewy and soft and yummy. Cherry limeade cobbler bars, love those. Pumpkin spice affogato, banana berry cobbler, PB&J banana muffins. I'm actually about to put these up on Keep On Cookin'. So you can get this recipe for free, PB&J banana muffins at keeponcookin.com. Crunchy PB pretzel chip bites, straightforward strawberry icebox cake. That's me. That's graham crackers, whipped cream, strawberry, all in layers in a bread pan. Put it in the freezer or the fridge. You got yourself cake in like 30 minutes. It's so good. No bake berry cheesecake, cookies and cream dip, chocolate hazelnut spread, pina colada cupcakes, chocolate hazelnut brownie cheesecake, dark chocolate chipotle cake, pineapple carrot cake, mango fritters with coconut dipping sauce. I think that calls for us to go check it out. You'll need a deep fryer for these or a skilled hand at deep frying in a pot. If that's not too big of a concern, make these as soon as you can. You will not regret it. So it's fried mango, everybody. Fried mango with a little creamy dipping sauce on the side. I'm not going to fry my mango. I like it as it is, but that's a cute idea. I like it. Pineapple carrot cake. I'm here for that. Isn't there pineapple and carrot cake usually anyway? So maybe this is like more pineapple. Anyways, it was something I would definitely get down with. So love that it's in here. coconut rice with peaches and rum raisins, no churn pineapple basil sorbet. That's one of mine, one of my favorites to make in the summer. So quick, so easy. Pineapple, basil, all in a blender. I think maybe a little juice, and then you freeze it up. You got yourself some sorbet. Brittle drizzle and bananas with coconut ice cream, amaretto cherry ice cream, dark chocolate orange custard, almond buttercups, and mock turtles. Let's look at this dark chocolate orange custard. Dark chocolate orange custard. Oh, okay. It says this is ridiculously rich, and oh so good. This custard is dense and delicious and best reserved for an occasion when your taste buds deserve a little something special. It's got vanilla extract, orange zest, non-dairy chocolate chips, and coconut milk. So pretty straightforward, easy to make. I'm gonna assume you're gonna blend all that together and put it in the fridge to set. Melt the chocolate chips probably. And then the last one, we're closing out with these almond butter cups here. It says this recipe is slightly time consuming, but that mostly lies in painting the cups with the melted chocolate. After that, it's smooth sailing. If you're a diehard chocolate and almond fan like I am, these little treats are well worth the effort. So I love that. I mean, it's a peanut butter cup with almond butter in the middle, essentially. And that is plant-based simple, 150 delicious whole food nutrient-dense recipes for healthy living. If you like what you heard, go out and buy a copy everywhere books are sold. And just a reminder that you can get brand new recipes and a new episode of the podcast every week at keeponcookin.com and also on Instagram at keeponcookin with Dustin Harder. So I hope you will join me there. I also send out a weekly newsletter with recipes and episodes. You can sign up for that newsletter at keeponcookin.com. And I hope you will. It's a pleasure to have you join me here. I appreciate you spending time with me today. And I invite you all to keep on cooking, my friends. And remember, it's nice to be nice. This has been a Muzzy Cat production.